All right. All right. This is our official members night starting here in the summer of 2026. So I'm not going to do any of the boring stuff I normally do in the beginning because everybody's been here before. Charlene, have you been here before?
This is my first time coming to the Zoom meeting,
Oh,
so I,
great.
I follow you all on Facebook and I enjoy seeing your photos and challenges. And my friend Sandy, who is there as Sandy's iPad, she comes every month and tells me how wonderful it is. So,
Oh, that's
so
great.
glad to be here.
Well, I guess then quickly, I'm just going to say it sounds like you're already on our Facebook page. Is that right? It's great. And we have a YouTube page if you want to see any of our past speakers. And this whole club is kind of paid for sort of through the Park and Rec and the Artist in Resident program. Um, I think that's all we're going to say tonight about all that. And everybody sounds like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including Martha. So hopefully she changes her mind. We each have up to 10 minutes, but it doesn't have to be 10 minutes. So if you feel like um, you just want to show images and you don't want to do a lot of talking, that's great too. You can ask questions. And we are actually, Donald and I talked about timing everybody so it doesn't go too long. And you've got your timer ready, Donald? And Donald, thank you so much for all the help you've been giving me. He's been doing
Oh,
a lot of the mailing because I've just been too stressed out and busy to do this. So he's been sending out the monthly letter, and it just helps a lot because between getting people to speak and all that other stuff, I'm just getting a little bit behind.
okay, well,
And I
we
think I
appreciate.
want to say one other thing. Next month will be Camden Hicks, who's visiting tonight for the first time, and he'll be speaking next month. And he is an architectural type photographer slash street photographer. Is that right? And you're muted, by the way.
Yes, I am technically, but the photography that I do is very little architecture, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's more a matter of using my ideas about just, you know, seeing, seeing what we all see, shadow, light, serendipity, and photographing it. And it's quite often not buildings. But I come with a compositional framework that came from years of training. So a lot of my images are composed as though they were done by an architect. But the subject matter is all over the board.
Great. Well, as soon as I get your stuff, I'm going to make a flyer and we'll start promoting.
All right.
All right. So um,
Oh,
I'm going to wait a little bit to do mine. I'm a little bit unprepared, so I took an old slideshow with music and I'm just going to show it and not talk that much. So I'll do that later. Who would like to start? Anybody?
I did have a question. I
Yeah.
did have a question in terms of if there, since we don't have well, I don't know how big the groups normally are, but are questions or comments going to come at the end?
Tonight it's going to be
Yeah,
after each person,
after each person.
and
Okay.
it will be within that 10 minutes. So
Yeah, yeah.
just everybody keep that in mind so we don't go late
Okay.
into the night.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with Mary Ann because she's volunteering.
All right. So do I need to share again
Yes,
or
ma'am. Oh,
okay.
and I need to make you a,
Didn't you already a million times over?
no, I don't think so. If I did, let me just make sure.
Thanks for your help too.
You're welcome. All right, you are now a presenter.
Okay, so I'm going to hit the share button. Yes.
Go for it.
Okay, here I see it and I'm going to
Not
click.
yet.
What?
We don't see it yet.
I know. So I've got to click on it, right?
Hmm?
It's in a, okay. So here we go and share. Hang on. There we go. You can
Woo,
see it now.
perfect.
Okay, so hi everybody. It's nice to be here. It's been a busy school year, so I've missed so many meetings. Back in the day, I was a photography teacher at a private school in Marin, and so I did a lot of photography. This is infrared. You know what's weird? This is let me move this over. I have everybody's face on my picture, and it's kind of
It
tripping.
says Mary Owen's screen on the top. Maybe hit that.
Okay. Whatever. Okay, so this is let me just get going here. This is Sutro Baths. I fell in love with infrared film because it was very magical. Either you got a really great gift or you got nothing. Because infrared, there's no ASA assigned or anything like that. So that's Sutro Baths. I'm just going to kind of whip through these. This is another version of Sutro Baths, different angle down from the beach. And these were taken in the early 2000s before they stopped making the film or distributing it. This is Davenport, California, infrared again, just kind of doing the infrared up front. And this is not infrared. This is up in Seattle on one of the islands in the Puget Sound. And, so I fell in love with black and white, and I love to develop and print in the dark room. And then, my students were like, hey, digital's here, photos out anyway. But we found a way to kind of combine working with film and also alternative process and using the dark room.
Is this infrared?
What's that?
Is this one infrared too?
Yes, it is. And that's the last infrared I have. And then this is West Marin. So I love landscape and I've always loved it. And I love hiking and I like moody weather. I love the fog. I love to, walk and go to the beach in the fog. And here's another one. I love this one. It's very, very moody. And oh my God, who's calling me? My sister. Oh God, sorry about that. Anyway, this is Rodeo Beach. And everybody knows this one, the tree tunnel. This was taken during the pandemic. There wasn't anybody there because usually it's swarmed. And then I was just kind of playing around with the long exposure. And I was down in Half Moon Bay. And this was a minus 0.003 tide on New Year's Day. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, you guys. My sister is just relentless. I turned her down. Gotta talk to me. Anyway, so that was New Year's Day. And then this one is it's Drake's Head. It was a 1 hour hike that turned into like a 6 hour hike. It was lovely. And then this is also at the beach nearby. And this one just was playing around with,
Oh, I love that.
zooming in, and there's a little bird. So I do a lot of this on the iPhone. I have, as a teacher, I have digital SLR cameras, but I always have my iPhone with me. And then this is in downtown San Anselmo. The creek was running. So I love nature. I love found objects. I love photography. And then I decided and I also love collaging. So I started collaging things about 8 years ago. So this is like 4 or 5 pictures that are all mine from, I have a lot of photos, and, I just decided to put them together and see if I could tell a different story. And this one is about 4 or 5 pictures put together. It was kind of like these guys are our sentinels looking for the drought to be over, or that's the story I told myself. And then this one is kind of the interval between time. And I love Rene Magritte. So this is my homage to Magritte, just because he did wonderful things with clouds. And just having some fun here with this one. And this one, I love, I see a lot of birds when I'm hiking, but whenever a raven will stop and pose for me, I always take the shot. And then here's another collage. Kind of had fun with this. This came together really quickly. It's sort of reverse of the fish are flying and the birds are swimming. And that's Portals of the Past in Golden Gate Park. And this is just in my neighborhood. This is kind of like just a double exposure.
That's not a collage.
What's that?
That's not a
This
collage.
no, it's just well, it is a collage. I put two pictures together, but I kind of the other ones are a little more intricate and involved. And this is my cat Theodore, and I had to break the news to him that he is not the center of the universe. So this is Teddy, this is called enlightenment. Teddy sees the big picture because he kind of thinks he is, and I love him for it. And then this is the most recent one I did, kind of a collage with a mono printing that I did and photography, and then of course cyanotype and the crow. Anyway, so that is, oh, and this is my last one. I just had fun with this. I kind of felt very extraterrestrial. It was a kind of a selfie with a friend on the beach. Just kind of having fun in the golden hour. Okay, that's what I have. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And thank you for looking.
Are you still working in a dark room? Do you get much opportunity?
No, I can set one up in my house, but I just don't have time to set it up and break it down. But I do some alternative process, cyanotypes, pinhole, just very limited. I'm not, doing too much. And I'm gonna do some turmeric prints this summer and see how they turn out.
I love the tree photo in the beginning.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Thank you.
And where was that?
That was Davenport, California. It's like 11 miles north of San Francisco. There's a whole row of those cypress trees. Those trees are in the water now. It's on the edge of a cliff.
Wow.
So thanks, Judy.
I
we
like
see that
that
one again?
outline.
Oh, you want me to show you that one? Here, let me zoom up. Zip up here.
I like so many of them.
Thank you. This one, yes?
No,
Oh, okay. Was it a color one?
I don't remember.
I
Okay.
think I know which one it was.
Okay. I'll just go to
It
my
was the out of focus one on the, you said you took it with your cell phone?
I always try for focus. I don't
No, I-
know. Is it this one?
No, I think it's above that.
That one,
Oh,
yes.
this one. This one?
No,
Yeah.
the one, the
Oh, that was
last,
the one I liked. Sorry.
the last one.
Okay.
Go back.
Okay.
Right.
I'm
I
going
thought that was a
down.
tree. For some reason, I remembered it as a tree.
Yeah. Well,
Judy means the tree.
I think it was 17.
oh, thank you. Okay.
There
Well,
you
no,
go.
she said no on that's
Yes.
Sorry, it
No,
was me that
that's
said
it.
that. It was me that said no. I thought the bird one was a
Oh.
tree for some reason.
you know,
No, this is lovely.
I didn't do anything. It was just late in the day. And we'd already walked to the very edge of the cliff, and then on our way back, I just noticed that the light was so gorgeous. And you never see eucalyptus trees like this. They're usually,
No,
they're just trimmed. They're like windbreaks. So yeah, it was kind of fun.
it's amazing.
Thank you. It was a
You're
walk.
welcome.
Thank you.
How are we on time, Donald? You're muted, by the way.
We're doing fine. That was good. I
Good.
appreciate seeing those too, Marianne.
Thank you. Thanks.
I've been begging Marianne to present, but she keeps telling me she's not ready.
Well, I put this together today, and I have, it's so hard to put together a bunch of photos, and you start doing head trips, and anyway, so I'm glad I did it. Thank you. Thank you for helping me get it all up here.
Glad we got to see them.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right. So who wants to go next? Who's ready? I'll pick. How about William? Are you ready, or do you need more time?
Sure, I can go.
Okay, great.
Stand by. Can everyone see my screen? You should be looking at some text.
Yes.
Um, so a few times in the Facebook thread, I've put if anybody wants to come out and check out sports photography, if they're interested in that, they can come out
and I've never gotten any takers, which is fine, by the way. So so I thought, yeah, you know what? Let me for this presentation, why don't I show some examples of the sports photography that I do, and specifically the sports photography that I sort of specialize in is Gaelic sports. And Gaelic sports are Irish sports. They are played in San Francisco out on Treasure Island. Um, and they consist of mostly a sport called Gaelic football, a sport called hurling, and a sport called camogie for the most part. And I just thought I'd show some examples of the stuff that I shoot out there. Um, so here we go. Um, I'm not going to explain every photo, but I thought I'd start with this one because frequently, especially at the playoffs, the teams are introduced with a parade. These particular teams, uh, the team on our left is the Tipperary Hurling Club, and the team on the right is the Nafina Hurling Club. These just happen to be, I mean, we're lucky that they play out in San Francisco. They happen to be some of the best hurling clubs outside of Ireland, easily. And these two clubs are also sort of the Red Sox, Yankees, Giants, Dodgers, Ali Frazier of the hurling world. Um, so I'm just going to kind of flip through, I guess. Men's football, um, Irish or Gaelic football is probably more similar to rugby than soccer. And this is hurling, which is played with a club and a ball that's a little bit like a baseball. When I'm shooting, I frequently try to turn around and just kind of catch the crowd, maybe. And they often, um, like that. I'm not going to show too many shots. I mean, like this. And this particular shot, the guy on the right, which is sort of heading towards our right, really needed to kind of take out this guy who's kind of in pain on the left. And it's just one of those things um, where, a guy needs to kind of like uh, take action, I guess. This is a club that's winning a cup.
Great. These have a vintage feel.
It's, the sport is, or the sports, are a little bit, I think, um, they're a little bit of a throwback. I mean, these are kind of ancient sports, and they're really part of the Irish, community. So. The interesting thing about people ask me, is the hurley a little bit like a lacrosse? I mean, it's a little bit like lacrosse, I guess. But it's an actual, it's a wooden stick. I mean, it's flattened at the end, but, players can catch the ball with it, obviously hit the ball with it. It's used the dexterity, I guess, that players use the hurley is pretty amazing. I mean, it's also a weapon.
Ah, that's nice.
Um, so I have some stills from a video that I was asked to shoot by the community. Um, this is obviously it's a funeral. And instead of showing the movie, I thought I would take some stills from it. Um, so when a hurler dies, um, there is often a procession, and the members of the community, everybody holds up their hurley, and the coffin is taken through the I'm not sure what you call it, but
Procession.
Technically a
and so
colonnade in military terms.
yeah, maybe a colonnade is a good way to describe it. Anyway, that's my. Oh, I suppose I should keep it up.
Those are great. Love those. Does look like it'd be a fun thing to shoot.
So what camera do you use and what lens?
Hold on, stand by. I stopped sharing and then I kind of screwed myself up. Uh, So for most of these, I use either my Nikon 750 or my 850, and I have a 70 to 200, maybe it's an 80 to 200 lens that I use, telephoto lens. For most of them. I mean, for the close-up shots, I'm probably using a 50 millimeter. And then maybe I'll just make one more comment about that. The thing about the 70 to 200 or the 80 to 200, I guess, is, my challenge with that is there's no way to get the whole field because a Gaelic sports pitch is about 3 times the size of an American football field. But I have not yet gone for like a 400 or a 600 because I also like to be very maneuverable. And frequently what I do is, because I've got kind of free reign and it's not like when you watch like an NFL game and you've got the sports photographers just kind of like camping out in one spot. I have the ability to basically go wherever I want around the field. And also, because of my role, um, I'm I'm frequently I'm trying to get every player if possible. So each game I'm sort of trying to get each player, if that makes sense.
William, we're at 10 minutes right
Okay.
now, or 9 minutes. So,
Perfect.
and I appreciated seeing your work. The crowd shots are incredible. I love those. Like to see more crowd shots.
Yeah, I try to get as many crowd shots. I mean, I showed an example of one,
Yeah.
but I try to get as many
Those are
crowd shots
great.
as possible.
But
And
what I
individuals, people like on the sidelines and stuff like that. So you saw a lot of game shots, but really I try to get as much of the community as possible.
But what I noticed is that even the crowd shots have a central focus. It brings the eye in to action in the middle. They were incredible.
Thanks,
And
Sandy.
all of the action shots were really beautiful.
Thanks, Sandy.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, you've got like a cinematic eye for this stuff.
Thank you.
Don't you
Thank you.
think, Sandy? It's film like.
Yeah. But
Well,
you've got an eye, that's
I,
for sure.
I fear that we're over time, but I mean, I think for me, I'm not just trying to take a sports shot. I've
Yeah.
never really considered myself a sports photographer. I'd like to think that I'm telling the story of the community through these shots,
That's nice. That's great. You
which
do.
is why, I incorporated that funeral into this presentation because that's the kind of stuff. Now that I've been doing it for a while, and I have I guess, a reputation within the community. I get invited to these things to shoot that as well. So
And always in black and white?
no, so actually the ironic thing is,
I mean, they're
um,
great in black and white.
I so gosh, I don't want to take up everyone's time. Um, I usually publish this stuff in color because that's kind of what the community wants to see.
Right, right.
But I think a lot of people know me as a black and white photographer, so I'm
That's how I know
sort
you.
of thinking in black and white, shooting in color, and then for when I want to present in a forum like this, I like to show it in black and white, because to me it's more about the drama of it.
Mhm.
Um, I toyed with the idea of sort of showing here's a bunch of photos in black and white, here's a bunch of photos in color, but
Yeah.
then I thought, well, geez, I've got 10 minutes and which I've already gone over. So
We do need to move
Thank
on.
you.
So sorry. Dennis, are you ready to go? And you're muted, so I can't hear you. Dennis, are you ready?
Yes.
You ready? Okay, go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay. Where's let's see. Gotta get to the screen.
Does it help people to would it help to have Donald give you like a 2-minute warning, or
Yes.
just wait till the 10 minutes?
I'm gonna find my,
I'll try to butt in at 8 minutes.
That's a good idea. Just like
Yeah.
a ding
Yeah, I'll
or
just,
something.
yeah, yeah. I think we'll be okay.
I think so too.
okay. Oops.
And Sandy, you'll go after Donald, after Dennis, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna let this thing run on auto. It's about 6 minutes without comments.
Sure. I'm going to be doing that too.
Everybody see it?
No.
Oh,
Try your share again.
yeah. Hmm. Where did we go? Oh, come on.
And by the way, Martha, we don't have 10 people presenting tonight. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 more, which is 70 minutes. But George, should we, are you not?
I got bounced out of that thing. Let's see. When I press play,
Let's go on to Sandy and then we'll come back to you, Dennis, so you
sure.
can kind of figure it out.
Okay.
Well, you may see me fumble too here, even more than Dennis. So, okay, so walk me through sharing the screen.
Hit share screen, and then you're
Okay.
gonna should hit desktop 1. There you go, you're doing it. Woohoo!
Wait, oh, that's my desktop.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't even have it together. Donald has promised me that he's going to teach me iMovie at some time when we're not pressed. But so I'm going to just click on these one at a time. And I'm not as experienced a photographer as some of you. And I find that I'm still finding what I want to focus on. So I focus on a lot of different things. And so I decided to pick close-ups. Oh, damn it. What is it doing?
Don't worry, no panicking. It's all good.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see that. But this is a sculpture that's surrounds a doorway in the Museum of Modern Art. And so I took a close-up of it because I love these little figures that are protecting the doorway. And one of the things that I want to continue to do is to photograph art. This is just grasses. This is lilacs. And a close-up of Shasta daisies that Judy liked when I put it on our website. And I told her that I was thinking of her when I took this picture. Oh, Judy goes in for close-ups of flowers, and they're great.
Oh, that's pretty.
Ladybug, obviously.
Love that.
This one is interesting because, well, I assume it's a cockroach. I tried to look up what it was, but it's so shiny that you can see a reflection of me taking the picture
Oh.
on various places on its head and on its back. There's like a reflection of me and my camera. I actually love this picture. It's too big. Well, let's see. Can I get this out of the way? Yeah. And so it's very grainy, but one of the things I'm interested in developing is making my photographs painterly. And this does it. Can you see these? Because I can't.
Mhm.
Are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's so many things over it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, it's fine.
We're seeing your camel.
Yeah. Okay, so this was in Petra. And this is one view, one close-up of the camel. And this is another close-up of its rear end. And they and they have all these elaborate decorations on the camel, all this beaded stuff over here. And on both sides, the saddlebags are beaded and carefully made.
I like that one.
Thank you. I like it too. And I consider this a portrait.
Is that his ear or his tail?
Ear.
Very cute.
And this is a Thule buck that just stopped in the middle of the road out to West Marin, out to Tomales Point. And so I just parked and took some pictures of it. And I love the fact that he's standing on the yellow line in the middle of the road. Okay, now I'm in trouble.
Oh.
I have 24, but
I
only 12
I think what you
came up.
did was you selected 12.
Yep.
You probably need to go back and select the balance.
With that red.
Oh, you're right.
So
Okay.
if you start at 13 and go upward. Perfect. Double click it.
Can't I just click on each one?
You could.
Okay, double click it? What do you mean?
Double click like fast. There you
There you
go.
go. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this one you've seen before, and it was just so lucky to have the sun setting just in the right place to illuminate this bird. I don't think it survives bigger than it looks better in the smaller version of it. And then from here are close-ups of people. And so this was at a 5-year-old's birthday party. And I just fell in love with her. She is so sassy. And there was a scene behind her. And on my iPhone, I can take out the background and make it either all black or all white. So I like the way that happened. And then many of you have probably seen this one before. This is probably my favorite picture that I've ever taken, because the happy accident here was that we were sitting at Nick's Cove outside at a time of day when the light was coming from many different angles. So it looks like it's coming from the left, but he's also illuminated from the front, from the side, and probably from the back. And then I took out in the background of him, there's water and a pier and fishermen, but I made the black background black. And again, I'm reflected in his sunglasses. So I consider this a kind of self-portrait. And this is from young the Irish Festival at the Lagoon, at the Marin Civic Center Lagoon. And my friend's grandson is a fiddler and an actor. And so these are some of the people that he fiddles with. I'm just showing two pictures here, and I like the way this one goes in different directions. The faces go in different directions.
Sandy, we're about 8.5 minutes here. So
Okay. I'm talking too much.
These are great. No, these are wonderful.
Okay, and this was in Israel, and what you can't see in this photograph is that he's looking at his cell phone.
Wow, that's great.
This
That's
was
my new favorite of yours, Sandy.
This was taken with a 35mm camera, not with an iPhone. And I didn't understand what she was so worried about when I took it, but now I understand. Now that I'm her age, I understand. And then I wanted to compare this, which is a friend of mine at our Passover, and he's as worried as she is. I love this kid. This was at San Anselmo's Halloween, and he's an astronaut, and the person behind him is a jailbird. And I love the lighting on this too. She was one of the programmers for the Mill Valley Film Festival a year or two ago.
Pretty.
You remember this one, Stephanie?
Yeah, I do. Love it.
It doesn't have enough pixels to be able to print it, unfortunately. But that's it.
That's when you started.
Yeah.
Those are great, Sandy. I'm glad you got to show them.
Thank you.
Your portraits are wonderful. They are.
Oh,
I
forgot
agree.
This one. These two photographs happen to be a memory on Facebook, and I love these, and they are two photographs that I entered into the cell phone, the big cell phone contest, and I didn't even get a mention.
No,
I
bummer.
think that shadow of the dog behind the drapes is great.
Dennis, do you feel ready to go? Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah.
We'll try it again.
So happy that we worked that out. Really glad.
I love the shadow of the dog.
Thank you.
Oh, that's cute too. The one your cursor's on.
Why?
Do you need more time?
It's not giving me the
I want to ask
desktop.
Sandy how she got that bird that looks like a painting.
Total accident. Which one? The one that's very grainy or the one that has great lighting?
The one that's very grainy.
It just doesn't have enough. I went in it. I took it as a larger picture of the whole bird, and then I was playing around with it, and I just cropped and cropped and cropped.
It's
And-
very cool looking.
Thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I take that as a real compliment from you, the artist.
Ah, shucks.
George, are you ready to go? Do you want to go?
I am ready.
Okay. Do you want to share or do you want me to do I need to make you
I
a
believe I can share if you tell me when you're ready.
go for it? You're now a co-host, so that should work now.
Okay, let's see here. Why is it not wanting to share?
What's it saying? You can
Ah,
always send
there
them
we
to
go.
me via Dropbox. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, there it is. And
There it is. Phew.
you seeing it now?
Yeah, now we're seeing it.
Okay. So William gave you shots of community with sports. I am going to do this time something different from my usual, and this is a different kind of community, music. And
Mhm.
I'm a musician, member of a musical family, musical community. Fairfax is very musical, and I love to take pictures of the musical community. And I've been playing around with, a lot of what you do when you take music pictures is in darkened situations, not enough light. Anyway, so here's a friend, Carol, is playing flute, and this is at Sorella. And interesting challenge with this one was the fact that there is a very bright item on the desk. Wendy's playing piano and reading off an iPad, which made it quite bright. Then here we have Steve Wolf playing at the
Oh,
Roastery,
yeah.
and the challenge of shooting in the Roastery is that the lighting is there's plenty of light, but it's weird light. It's um, overly bright in areas, and often, a lot of light cascading from funny angles into the camera can wash things. And now here's a real dark one. Wendy and Gary playing. Um, this, I think, is at Perry's Bar, a favorite place to shoot, but the colors are always wonky because it's stage lighting, and often you get brightly lit subject with almost no background. And here we are at Wu Wei Tea Temple. Quite a few years ago, this was the then host of an open mic, and another favorite place to shoot open mics. I love shooting open mics because people are open. They're trying things out, yeah, and really fun, and C excelled at getting people to just be themselves. Here's another low light situation. I think this is probably at Max, if I'm remembering right.
I like
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, you know, all dark, and then you get that pop of, on the individual. Let's see, where the heck is this? Oh, this I believe must be at no,
That the Pelican Inn?
I don't think so, but it's another one of my friend Carol Isaac, who is no longer living in town. I always like to take pictures. Oh, not music, but at the open mic. I thought this was an interesting challenge. Try to take a picture that conveys something of an illusionist. So this is Chris Britt, who is a really very talented magician, illusionist, and he's doing a rope trick here that I was very taken with. And again, take pictures in low light, bright, a light background in this case with all that patterning, and it tends to wash out the subject a little bit, but I liked it anyway. And now we're outside. And, I love getting expressions. Here's somebody who's really just all happy, and Eli is another well-known member of the music community around here. I think he lives however, in someplace in West Marin. And he was performing with this person whose name escapes me. Oh, and here we are. And the performance was, there's a summer bunch of gigs at on the west end of 4th Street in San Rafael. They closed the street in front of the pint-sized beer bar and um, have at it. Used to be every Friday evening, I think maybe even every Friday and Saturday evening all summer. And the neighbors complained and got it down to a little more occasional, like once a month. Sadly, I thought it was a great event and brought a lot of life to that end of the street. A couple of very old friends, Cindy and Mark, who are performing at a little venue that is out in the woods west of Sebastopol. And their husband and wife, and just fantastic. Now we're back at Wu Wei Temple, and Aaron is playing an unusual instrument here called the hand pan. It's kind of like an inverted steel drum. So the instead of playing with sticks, you play with the hand, and each little facet of that UFO makes a different note. They come in tuned in different scales and different keys. And so I know people who have got 15 or 20 of these things, and so they've got a huge amount of invested because they're fairly expensive. But Aaron plays beautifully and will just transport you. Now we're in San Anselmo, in front of the City Hall. San Anselmo has a Friday, Saturday night life on the avenue. It's called. Another great place to hear music and see people and see music. And these two women were just, playing up a storm. Let's see now. This is at Hardly Strictly Bluegrass. So I try to go every year to Hardly Strictly Bluegrass, and again, hear some new music and also take some pictures and see what's what. It's a great event, and I've learned that if you go very early in the day, you can avoid the absolute worst of the crowds. And so I go for the first couple hours and then I go home. Again, this is the smallest stage at Hardly Strictly Bluegrass, and loved the Hands in the Air. She was awesome. Also at Hardly Strictly, and this is a local musician who I think his name is escaping me at the moment, but I think he's from Petaluma. And get another instrument in here. Love the brass, and to me it's pretty photogenic. The faces people make, of course, are funny because of the puffing out of the cheeks. But I love a trombone.
George worked about 8 minutes, so
Thank you. I'm most
welcome.
of the way through here.
this is great. Love it.
So this is Essence Goldman playing. Oh, this is clearly is at Max by the backdrop. A really tricky place to shoot in because, man, the lighting there is, you are not going to get any kind of natural colors. So you just have to go, oh, well, I'm going to go with the interesting colors that it has and not try to do any correction. This is at Larkspur Landing. There was they have also noontime music there, like once a month. And well-known Bay Area musician here fiddling away. Okay, and now we're up to the most recent event, the Fairfax Festival. This young woman just blew me away. She was so good and had such stage presence. And I talked to Tom Finch, who was stage managing this stage, and I said, "Wow, that teenager is really good." And he says, "Oh no, she's a preteen. She's 12." I thought, wow, she is great voice and great presence. And one of my favorite guys, Bobby Gallion. Bobby is has a band that called Lumination, and they do kind of reggae, ska, dubstep act. This is Thomas, and he is on the patio at Perry's here. I just walked by outside, and he turned, gave me a big smile, and I snap, snap, snap. And again, not all musicians, but here we are back at the festival, and this guy was doing a demonstration of kind of martial arts things, and he's got those two look like to me like machetes, but I think they're sabers. Judy Lagomarsino, who does a Songwriters in the Round series, and she's on stage at this moment. And let's see, this is Jenny Kerr and her band, and there's Jenny. You know, I love camera face, or I should say guitar face. You know, you catch the guitarist and making these great grimaces, and Rob Hooper in her band, another guy to make the great faces. And I love the action with drums. And sometimes you catch the musician off the stage. This is Andrew Byers and a couple of his friends, and I just was completely taken with that makeup job. Afternoon act, and again, I see I have drawn a blank on her name, but they were playing together. I believe this is the band Makuru. And back at Wu Wei with this guy who is called Troubadour Fools. And sometimes you just can't get the musician to look up, and so you go. I thought my focus with this guy is going to be those pants. That is a fantastic pattern. Sergey playing at the farmers market, and Joshua playing at the Fairfax Brewing Company last night, and that's it. I think I got it in my 10 minutes.
Yeah, but a tad over, but that's great. I enjoyed seeing all of this.
Great job, George.
All right. Dennis,
George,
are
if
you ready? I don't think we're going to have too much time for questions for George because we did go over. We'll do one question. Go ahead, whoever that was.
George, if you ever want to mess with the bad lighting, you can get Topaz and it'll correct the lighting and balance the color for you. You don't feel like it, you don't have to, but it's a thing you can do.
I have done some playing around with it, and actually I kind of love the wonky colors. Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing.
All right. Thank you, George. That was awesome. Hey, Martha, I think you need to mute. There we go.
I think I'm in share mode now.
You are. Do you want to
Yeah.
hit the green dot at the top so it's bigger?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
I'm just gonna let this run. It's about 6 minutes.
I think George needs to unshare.
Yes.
Oh, hit pause for a second, Dennis. If everybody looks up at the top, you should see something that says Dennis Englander's screen. And I'm going to
There we go.
stop George from
Okay.
sharing.
I
That
see
worked, right?
that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
see George. I see Dennis.
Great. Perfect.
Play?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Did you print these, Dennis?
Mm, I took the photos. Some of them I've printed.
Some of these are film, right?
They're all some are film scanned, some are digital. It depends on the era. I mean, I've got a mixture here that goes back to 72 and later, and then current or semi-current. It's just it's over many years.
Where is this?
This is in Tongli, China. This also. Shanghai. 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 Oh, this is Beijing. 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 This is Shanghai on the Bund. So Bund means dock. Shanghai. 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 They love gaming in the parks and courtyards. San Francisco, bottom of the.
Did he know you took that?
He never looked up, so I guess not.
Wow.
That's my dad and godfather in France, 72. San Francisco. San Francisco. San Francisco, Fisherman's Wharf.
That's a great shot.
San Francisco. He's not moving. He's waiting for the traffic light to change. Fisherman's Wharf. This is also at the Fisherman's Wharf type area. San Francisco. San Francisco. Yeah, that's it. That was not her lizard. Someone put it on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is down by the marina, San Francisco. Mission District. He was taking pictures of people candidly. This is in France. San Francisco food the book fair. Dion Museum, San Francisco. That's at Soma. I don't know why this image came out small. I played around with it, could have made it bigger. France. During the weekend, they like to have these big dinners. This is in Beja, Portugal. Beja, Portugal. Also Beja, Portugal. Beja, Portugal. Beja, Portugal. Beja, Portugal. Seine River, Paris, France. This is Edinburgh, Scotland. Scotland. Let me pause this one here for a second. This is a three-part, actually a four-part set of frames. Just showing, I've shown this before. I don't know if all of you are familiar with it or not, but I just want to call your attention to a street photography kind of a system where you come up, you're unannounced, they don't notice you, you shoot. And then they do notice you. So here's that awkward moment, right? And then I say thank you, and I'm just taking pictures because I find you interesting, and they get all happy. And then I show them a picture of what was before him and what was he, drawing and focusing on. So just to share that experience with them.
Mhm.
That's the way it's supposed to work, but sometimes
Right.
it didn't work
Right.
out that way.
Because these are in Chambéry, France, Savoie region, and I'm going to be moving there in October. So
Wow.
yeah.
But you can still Zoom with us.
Oh yeah.
Be
Okay.
What
an
time?
international club.
Right. So there you go.
Amazing.
Stop the share.
I have a question
Sure.
about the air conditioner hanging off the building.
The air conditioner hanging off the building.
It looked like it was in France, and it looked like there were air conditioners hanging off outside the windows on the building.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's not uncommon. I mean, that happens here too, even in San Francisco of all places. But yeah, people, their box units, they're just positioned in the window frame.
But it looked like it was outside the window frame. It looked like it was hanging on the building.
Well, that could be the cooling unit.
They could be what?
The cooling unit where the refrigerant goes through, if there's refrigerant. Like
Well, I'm so curious. I always ask these questions.
oh, that's good. I may not be able to answer you as to the exact form of equipment being used, but yeah,
No problem.
there are things called split conditioners, split ACs.
I never saw that before.
Yeah.
No, I love your photos.
Thank you. Happy to share.
Who should go next? Let's see. Are we okay on time? Does he have more time?
Go ahead, take the time.
That's about 9 minutes right there.
Done.
Doing fine.
Okay, thank you.
1 minute to spare. Those are great, Dennis. Appreciated seeing those, especially the Portugal ones were really great. I hadn't seen a lot of those.
Good.
So thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I loved them too. Thanks.
All right. Donald, are you ready to go?
Yeah, can you plug that in for me? And
Sure. You
and
got
thanks for
it.
doing that. My internet connection is really slow, so
No problem.
I'm not going to talk too much. And these are old photos from China camp.
Wait, can't see it. Oh,
Can you see
Yeah.
Donald's
There
name?
it is.
All
Now,
right, here we go.
And this is in the morning,
Wow.
wow.
very early. You're not supposed to be in there very early, so, but I don't obey rules sometimes.
This is China Camp?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Gorgeous.
You got to get there early.
Field trip.
Yeah. Well, we've been there before. That was one of our first field trips.
Yeah. Crack of dawn would be fun.
Well, you have to wait till 8 o'clock to go in, actually. So otherwise you can get a ticket. So, and at 8 o'clock, it's no fun. So you really have to break the rules and get out there and deal with the sheriff, you know, stuff like that. That's the Grace Kwan, a junk boat they built out there about 10 or 20 years ago. And Buckeye Landing used to be a pier there. And that's the old shrimp boat. I think it's still there.
Oh, nice.
These are 10 or 15 years old by now. Some of these. Part of this tree has fallen off and that big branch is gone now.
But it's gorgeous.
This is. There used to be a couple tugboats anchored out there. That's one of the tugboats. And that's the view looking down from the road above. But in the morning, there's nobody else out there. That's what makes it for me, is the solitude.
The solitude is at night too.
Yeah. For a landing. It's the end of the pier. And the old winch that they would use to pull the boats in. There's quite a history there. If I'm sure most of us know the history. It's about the only place a immigrant could get a job that was allowed a job was either doing our laundry or working on a shrimp boat. I love the name on this dinghy there.
02.
Frank Kwan died about 10 years ago. This is his house here on the right, and the restaurant on the left. Restaurant is still operating. You go in there for snacks on the weekends. That's the entrance to the pier, and there's a museum there. They're very friendly. There's the pier. But the man who lived out there all his life, named Frank Kwan, his mother and father lived out there. There he is. And I liked him. We got along pretty good because he was a bachelor like me. So we had an understanding about the benefits of bachelorhood. And that's it. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yeah, in these set of photos, you exaggerate the perspective, the depth of field, much more than in many of the other photos of yours that I've seen. Like your architectural ones are fairly flat and play with the geometrics of the facade of the building. But in this case, you have something in the foreground that's bigger than it seems, and then the perspective into the background.
Yeah, that's really fun to play with. Yeah, the near and far. Yeah, to draw
How do
the
you do that?
Well, it's just it's especially fun with the phone camera now because you have a screen to see it on. I don't know. It took me a while to get used to working with the iPhone, but you sort of see the picture on the phone. It's different than a viewfinder, but it's that near and far thing is something that's fun to play with. It draws the eye into the picture.
They're very strong compositions.
Well, thank you.
Really appreciate the compositions. It's a great place to photograph.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could get out there more. I'm in San Francisco now, so.
Oh, you are? Yeah.
Well, thanks. I'm going
very
over-
strong.
I
Thank
am befuddled by all the wires that are attached to the area where you walk out on the pier.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
isn't that something? They just sort of left those there for I don't know why, but it's so the little telephone poles and the wires between them is so it's not operable anymore, but they've just left it the way it was.
Well, it's amazing.
It's very funky, you know. It's
Yes.
you know.
I haven't seen a photo that you've taken that I didn't like.
No,
They're
that's
all
true.
wonderful.
Well, I got lots of them. I'm just lucky to have the opportunity to have been doing this last 20, about 20 years now. So,
When is your book coming out?
oh, I did that a year ago.
When
So
and what happened to it?
I sold them all. I sold 25 copies
Wow.
or 30 copies, I think it was. Yeah.
And it was online.
Yeah, you can buy it online. It's at Blurb Books now. I'll
Share it on the Facebook page too.
Sure,
I think
sure.
that is a good
It's expensive. It's $60. The books are expensive these days. And, you know,
But you get most of that, right?
no, no, no. I just, you know, it's a labor of love. Just love doing it. So. Okay, well, thanks.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. I have music to mind. Should I wait till the end or should I just go since I'm sharing?
I can go too. I'm ready
Ready to go? Go for it, Camden.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm going to do the share right again before
Okay.
I see. Photos. I need to pick my album. Make sure I think I need to select them all. Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Got the clock ready.
Hang on.
You're all going to be experts at sharing after this.
I'm amazed that Sandy got it figured out so quickly.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
That's great. She got that figured out.
Well, sharing. Well, Stephanie walked me through it.
I was nervous. I don't do well under stress.
Yeah,
But you control yourself.
I try.
I can scroll on these.
Meditating.
So this, I'm starting this with, I'm new to the group. And when people, including Stephanie, ask me, what do you shoot? And I go, you know, I shoot everything. And it's really hard to sort of pick one particular category and say, that's my strength. I enjoy everything. And about 10 years ago, I had a show. I had my wife write this little piece for me, but the part that really sort of told what I'm about was they got me a new camera. And it tapped in me. She said, I'll just read it. Several years ago, it tapped into such a deep creative vein in me and bring him constant and spontaneous pleasure, which is really what it's all about. His photography reflects his fascination with detail and composition, his keen eye, and the joy that he experiences drawing the beauty from the common items. And what I had done at that time was I started posting photographs on Instagram, one a day. I made a commitment for a year to post one a day. And I was on some hubs that had daily challenges. So you could practice your color, your depth of field, your black and white, your street, whatever it was, and get feedback. And it was really kind of a great way to learn. Even though I've been shooting all my life, I started in earnest, 10 years ago. And this is photo. So I'm going to start by showing, this was something that is kind of typical of the way I see things. I was in the Guggenheim Museum and, people are shooting the architecture. I'm an architect, but the thing I was drawn to more than anything else was the reflection in a drinking fountain made of bronze on the top floor. So when we're looking at the art, I disappeared for about 20 minutes and just shot the drinking fountain. And you can see in the drops the skylight that is reflected in the drops. I probably have 20 shots, and this is just one of my favorites. That the way I cropped it, it becomes much more abstract, and it's really about the composition. And it's sort of, I didn't even take barely a shot of the Guggenheim itself. Everyone they'll look up, they'll look across, they'll do all these architectural things, and that to me has been done. This hasn't. So it's kind of the way I approach these things. And I kind of started thinking I was going to do a whole show of things that I see within 10 feet of my kitchen sink. So I actually start this, and a lot of it is just the art of noticing, paying attention, kind of enjoying that moment, but then actually trying to capture something of interest. And there's a story that goes with everyone. I'll just tell one or two, otherwise I'll run out of time. But this was one where I was literally running out the door, and all these next probably 15 shots are in my kitchen. They're all in my kitchen, and we have great early morning light that filters in. We always have flowers, and so the light is good. I don't have to do anything with it. And I just noticed there was this really bright green inchworm on the floor, and I thought, oh God, I'm going to have a session. I'm going to pick this little guy up and start shooting him in various places. And the first and best place I found was on this pair of Beats headphones that had bright blue and this bright red, and he was bright green. And I let him just sort of walk down a little bit, hope that he would raise his head at a certain moment, and that's the shot I got. And I probably have a series of 10 of these shots, but it's kind of like, this is the kind of stuff you can do in your kitchen. And I didn't look for it. It just sort of fell in my lap. And it just sort of makes me think of, there's one quote from Edward Weston that has always stuck with me. It says, anything that excites me for any reason, I will photograph, not searching for unusual subject matter, but making the commonplace unusual and artful. And that's kind of what I try to do. There was a peach that had a nice little anomaly, and I set it on the counter and shot it from above. And that's what this is. I was literally needing to run out the door before I was going to finish my coffee. This fell over, and I thought, oh God, I'm going to be late, but I've got to shoot it. So I grabbed my camera, stood up on the counter, which is zinc, has all this character to it, just pointed down, took 3 shots, and then cleaned it up, drank my coffee, and got the hell out of there. But without taking that moment to take the shot, which is one of my faves, it just happened. And, I cried over it. And I take a lot of flowers, but the thing I was drawn to in this case was just the glass vase and the bubbles that had formed on the stems. And it was probably early on when I started shooting a little more close up and macro. And it was just fascinating to look closer at the bubbles on a stem. And depending on what, aperture you used, you could make what's beyond really abstract. And a lot of these will be border on abstract because of how they've been cropped or framed. But all it was a close-up of stems in a dish or in a vase. And that's even a closer up. And sometimes you don't see these things unless you photograph them, and then you see them on your screen and go, oh my God, I did not notice that. And it looks like steel balls. And since we have flowers, and I shoot a lot of orchids, what I'm more interested in is some of the, focusing in on gestures that I find more compelling than taking the whole flower. So this is just the little, I forget the name of what this little squiggly thing is, but they're very photogenic. And there is another one. So a lot of this has to do with looking closely. I move the thing around and I compose a shot. And this one reminded me of Salvador Dali's mustache. And I love backlight, and this one was really pretty effective in black and white. This is just a tulip. Some more stems, but the gesture that I found, which is like a person screaming, was what I was drawn to. Not the flowers, not anything else, but this. You don't see that unless you actually study it, move it around and go, oh my God. And I can tilt it into the light a little bit and don't do any manipulation, just shoot it. And then I thought, I've never used my electronic shutter speed before, and I thought, I would, I can do 15,000, I can do 1/30,000th of a second. I don't have didn't have the light for it, but I decided I'm going to do a little quick 13,000ths of a second of a drip from my sink. faucet because I'd never done that before. And it was a great little exercise to learn how to use the camera a little bit better. So this is a drop at 1/13,000th of a second. And I did, some other challenges I had were to do things that you have people guess what they are. And this is also something very ordinary. And it's sitting right in front of me, and I'm standing at the sink. And this one happens to be the casement crank for the window. But the way it's shot and the way it's composed and the way it's lighted, which is just natural light, I just found was perfect. So I shot it. And then another thing that I just discovered was a little termite wing. And I said, boy, these are beautiful. And I picked one up and I said, how am I going to sort of put this up on the zinc countertop and have it cast the shadow? So there's a little drop of honey underneath it that I just set this on, took a few shots to try to get the texture and the composition. And it's just a termite wing and its shadow. So then that's inside. I'm going to go outside. And all this stuff is, again, within maybe 15 feet of my back door. And this happened to be a morning I went out, probably late for work. But the trees, which were just fiery red, were reflecting in some dew and rain that were on my car moonroof. And I looked at them and I said, oh my God, I got to get my camera. And again, probably spent 10 minutes shooting this thing in various ways. And this was just one of the favorites. So I could do a whole series of things I find on my car. This was coming out one morning and it had been a little bit windy the night before. And I didn't do anything but say, I like the leaf. I like the drops. I like the needles. I'm just shooting it and then crop it to be, a little stronger composition. And of course there are bugs, but, bugs and their shadows are more interesting. Or to get something to actually look at you and engage you for a moment before taking off.
Lovely guys.
And this was during COVID, and I'd probably washed my hands like all of us 500 times. And I was looking at it, and it just happened to be in the light a certain way. I said, God, this looks like, very weathered. And I picked up a little old, pretty desiccated oak leaf, put it in my hand, and then just moved my hand around and shot it. So, it became a textural composition, basically.
What was your light source?
Sun. Just afternoon sun. Most of these are all just simply natural light. I don't do anything to help it. And it might be that I'm standing there and I'm moving it around a little bit, tilting it up and down, getting the shadows to be what I want it to be, and then I'm shooting with my other hand.
Camden, we're about 9 minutes now, so
okay.
These are great. I'm really enjoying.
So these are outside, but what I want to do is I want to go, okay, we're getting out of the garden and all that, but let's notice a few things. This is a cobweb. I'm going to have to talk too much. This is a cobweb, but I realized that it has a whole different world of character in there, and this, these prisms. And if you focus on the little silks in the front, the backs become beautiful prisms. So I did a whole series of those. And what I wanted to do before I go away, this is a beer can that's crinkled up and sitting on top of its labels and doing the most amazing reflections that it became an abstract that I just had to study. Now we'll just go outside and I'll spend a minute outside. This is in front of Stephanie's shop. And it is a sort of a street photography winner of the Mill Valley Click-Off because, of the shadows, the composition, the grids of her wonderful photographs in the window. And that's her son right there in the very center. And I stood there and just waited for people to come by to get the right shot. And then this was another one that's a point of view for the, I'll tell you all about that. But anyway, this is a little bit of outside. I'll flip through a few more, and I'm going to save the rest, unless I can go on, for my presentation next month, where it's going to be a little more difficult to sort of narrow things down to categories that I find are most compelling.
Looking forward to it. Those are great shots.
Definitely.
I love this Stephanie's studio. This is great.
I loved seeing it. That was fun.
That one, what I want to tell you guys about, because you all as photographers, the Mill Valley has a click-off competition where every year around October, you register for this thing, and any photographer, anyone can do this. And the idea is to engage a community in taking pictures of Marin. And you register, and they assign you a category, whether it's black and white or street photography, color, abstract. And then you have basically 10 days to shoot something. Pick one of your favorites and submit it. And it's a competition. So there are winners. There are first, second, and third prize. This one won first prize in the black and white category a few years ago. And the one of Stephanie's won first prize in this last year's street photography. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that in my longer presentation, because it's something that you could all, anyone who's local can try it. And it's a wonderful exercise to spend 10 days just shooting. And then having to go through the process of picking, which is really hard.
Okay.
So anyway, there's more, but I'll stop.
Preview for what's coming.
Yeah, and what would be interesting is if anyone has any comments, whether there are things that you would, that you're drawn to, that you'd like to see more of, because there are so many, and I'm having sometimes a hard time deciding myself what's worth showing. So I'm open to suggestions.
Really well. They're all great.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Where is this?
This is actually, there's a little road that goes up underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. So the trestle below, you're under. I ride up on my bike because I don't think you can drive a car up there. You can hike up there, or you can walk up. But I happened to go there knowing that the weather was rare for San Francisco, and I knew this framed view. So I went up there and I just shot it, and I was just lucky to get birds in the sky, a good skyline, an amazing sky. It just happened to be that day, and then the bridge. It's an unusual shot of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
All right, we have two more people to show. I'm afraid we need to move on. Let's see.
No problem.
Harry, are you with us still? Harry. He might be.
I'm here.
Oh, good. Good. It's you and I. So are you ready to go? Should I go, or you want to go?
Yeah, I can go. You can,
Okay.
hold on a second.
Gotta stop my share. There we go.
We're still showing,
Nope, he stopped.
he stopped. So I only have a very short slideshow. And the first one is not a street portraiture, but I was just back in North Carolina and in Tampa for my 60th high school reunion at Jesuit. So I took a side trip up to the Smokies area. I really like North Carolina, and so this was a shot from the Piscataway Inn up there, right from their deck. Anyway, the rest of these are all street portraitures, and as you all know, I do a lot of photojournalism, so I'm always looking for those interesting photos that are meaningful. And this was one at I think it was a Tesla takedown. I think you might have been with me on this one, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Anyway, but this was like the last shot I took at that little event, and I just found this one. And this is in the Marin County Fair this year. I'm always looking for, at every demonstration, that one face. All of these portraitures are candid. I'll either shoot from the hip, or I'm using a very fast lens. I may have to straighten it or do some other stuff to it later on. Sometimes I drop the background out, sometimes I just darken it. But these are from different protests or stuff that I've done. I happen to like people with hair on their face. So most of these are men. I don't find too many women with hair on their face. Uh, uh, and I usually do these in both black and white and color. Um, this one here, I can't remember which ones I actually posted, but and I'm not looking for people that are smiling. I'm looking for somebody who doesn't know I'm taking their picture. So I'm looking for that pure, candid image that I can get a photo. And this I've just darkened the background. You can see the some protest banners or whatever in the background. This was taken last weekend over at the Tesla takedown. And I shot this with my new 7200 f2.8. And most of these I'm using a Sony, though some of them might have been one of my Canons. This was
Great.
taken in Paris. This is in the fair. Again, I shot this guy from the hip. He did. I mean, I don't like to pick the camera up to my face if I don't have to, because if they see me, it completely changes the view.
It's great.
So he was just walking down the street. And sometimes I like a profile. I just like this guy's hair. And when you're working with a lens like these f2.8s, I mean, you can get incredible sharpness depending on the range. I also like people who smoke. I personally don't like smoke around me. I do like a cigar smoke, but I was really more into the guy's puffing than I was into the racist sign that he had up there on Miller. But so I will walk around looking for these types of photos. I didn't put one in this series, but I was in Ybor City, Tampa. I saw a guy smoking a cigar. I think I've already posted it on our Facebook page, but I shot it right out the window, and it was one of those perfect, Latino shots. Guy with his cigar. And this is the last image. I took this in Lisbon. I just stumbled across it. I'm like Dennis and some others. When I travel, I shoot so many different images. I never really get through them all. And every once in a while, I'll stumble across one. But he's playing a Hohner instrument, and his dog is there, just there with collecting the little coins.
Did you enter that in the Marin County Fair?
That is in the fair.
That is.
Yeah, absolutely. I've a couple of these are in the fair. I put 5 in.
It's the same dog as we both shot of that guy in San Rafael.
Yeah.
Oh, this is San Rafael?
No.
This is Lisbon.
I predict this is going to win, Terry. This is really strong.
Well, we'll see, because I normally put a couple of landscapes in, and this time I pretty much stuck to photojournalism and street portraiture. So we'll see. They all got accepted.
Why is the arrow there on my phone?
That's his cursor.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that is all I've got to show, so I'll give you back your time.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Can't wait to see them at the fair. Do you all have it in you for one more?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, I just
This
got
is
you.
just 6 minutes, so I won't torture you, I promise. This is
Can
music. I'm
everybody
not going
mute?
to talk. I'm not going to ruin it with my blabbering.
Everybody mute.
Whoops. I'm going to stop sharing and do it again. I have to hit a special button for you to hear the music. Share sound. Optimize. If it's too loud, just turn it down. Can you see my name?
Yes.
You can see it?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, and I basically focused on animals. I was incredibly unprepared, so I had this that I showed at a networking event. So this.
Make it bigger.
What?
Make it bigger.
Bigger?
There you go.
Oh, the streets of Rome are filled with rubble, ancient footprints are everywhere. Well, you could almost think that you're seeing double on a cold, dark night on the Spanish Stair. Gotta hurry on back to my hotel room, where I got me a date with Botticelli's niece. She promised she'd be right there with me when I paint my masterpiece. Oh, the hours are spent inside the Coliseum, dodging lines and wasting time. Well, those mighty kings of the jungle I can hardly stand to see 'em. Really sure has been a long, hard climb. The train wheels roll through the back of my memory. We're in a wheel dot following a pack of wild thieves. Someday life will be sweet like a rhapsody when I paint my masterpiece. So I left Rome and I landed in Brussels on a plane so bumpy that I almost cried. Virgin man in uniform, yes, and a young girl pulling my soul. Really sure has been a long, high ride.
Great.
Fantastic.
11 seconds.
Nice way to end the show.
Mary Ann's cat came to watch.
She did. She's actually trying to harass me for more food. She
We
likes
did it. We made it through everybody.
I
That was
love the
Yay.
cat whiskers.
beautiful.
Those are great.
I just want to say I'm probably the only one who feels like this, but as a musician, it's very hard for me to concentrate on your beautiful images and the music at the same time.
I like it. I like doing it that way. Then I don't have to talk.
Well, you don't
That
have to
was a
talk
lot of
anyway.
fun.
Good. Well, we did it, everybody. And
Those were beautiful.
Well, what about Martha?
Martha left.
Good. Oh, she did?
Did she come back?
No.
Darn. All right. So I don't think we're gonna have a photo challenge this month, but we will next month. I've already got 2 ideas based on 2 things that Camden said. So I think we have a really good photo challenge next month. And what else? Anybody have an announcement? Otherwise, I think we're good to go.
Great.
Not,
Just
not
mention-
an announcement, but just this was my first meeting, and I just really am very impressed with all of your levels of talent. It was amazing and just so lovely to see the world through your eyes for a moment. It was really cool.
Are you a photographer, Sherlyn, or are you an enthusiast?
I'm more of a snapshot photographer, and I'm always taking pictures, more people, places, things, more people than anything else. And, so yeah, but I look forward to seeing more of you all. Thanks.
And feel free to post anything if you want to. Just if you, or if
On
you
the
want,
Facebook page.
yeah.
Okay,
do.
thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Thank you.
Dennis,
I know
Dennis is
Thank
Just
you.
has his finger
I
up.
just
I
want to
think he
make a
has
quick,
something to say.
can I make a quick comment?
Yeah,
The
please.
difficulty that I was having earlier, so that maybe others can learn as well from my bad experience. In my Zoom application, in the settings, the share app, the share toggle
Yeah.
was not set to be able to share. There's a slider, in your selections of the settings, and
Yeah.
that was off. And that's why I was having such a hard time getting the darn thing started.
Oh,
But
Glad
when I
you
was
figured it out.
in between other displays from others, I went into settings for the Zoom application, and there I saw that stupid button wasn't set to. So just
To know.
for grins, everybody knows. Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience.
Yeah.
Very kind.
well, I'm looking forward to learning how to use iMovie.
Yeah. I'm
Donald.
okay with that. Yeah. I'll get you started with that. You'll enjoy it. It's fun, actually. You can add music to movies and titles and edit them, for length, and it's really a blast and simple. So
Yeah.
it doesn't take an instruction booklet. You can just sort of intuitive.
I had a question. Did it work to just sort of share my album and swipe image by image rather than having to put it into iMovie or Canva or
Yes, it worked.
Yeah, it worked fine.
It worked great because a lot of what your presentation was talking. So I think for you, it's perfect.
I think I should talk less and show more.
I thought what you did tonight was
No.
perfect. So I'm not worried about you at all.
Okay.
there's a lot of methods. I use Bridge and slideshow, and it works fine.
Okay.
You use what? What is it?
Bridge,
Bridge.
Photo,
Where do you-
Adobe Bridge.
Oh,
Thank you, everybody.
Ah,
Good night.
Thanks. Take
okay,
care.
good night, everyone.
thank you.
Thanks.